It is hot, so I guess we have hot muffins to go along with it, right?
Yeah, well, we're working on trying to get those cooled down so that we can eat some.
All right, this is Mike Roberts, the No Name Gourmet, and it looks like you have a different stage for the cooling process.
Yeah. When the muffins come out, they're gonna be in the pan. The pan's gonna be hot. In fact, it was hot just a couple of minutes ago. It only takes it a second once you get it on a rack. But what I do oftentimes is when the muffins come out, initially what I'm going to do is I'm going to tip them up in the pan like this. I'll just lift them up with the paper, and then that allows the steam to release from around.
So why all the extra care? Usually I would just take them out.
Yeah, you can, but with a muffin like this one, it's got a lot of moisture in it, and this is going to allow some of it to come off before you actually put them on the rack, so they stand up a little bit better. Okay. And then once they're cool, these are pretty much cooled and ready to eat, which is good. Then you just put them out. And like I said, this recipe is going to make enough for 4 dozen muffins. You don't have to eat all of them.
All of them at once. You said that
unless you have a group. That's the other thing I didn't point out. If you have a holiday group and you need a breakfast, you could do this muffin recipe.
And the mixture, you said you can keep for about a month in the refrigerator.
Yeah, it's 4 weeks refrigerated.
And then after that, you don't want to touch it.
You probably
keep an eye on
you're probably going to be safe.
See if it starts making its own muffins.
I am pretty sure that most people, if they like this muffin, and
it'll be gone like
that.
Yeah,
it's not going to last. It's not going to last a month because you'll make 5 or 6. You'll take some to the neighbors, or you'll take them into work or whatever. But I talked about the cinnamon in the last segment. Yeah. I put some out so you could have a smell. It just has a really rich aroma.
You bet.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
So would you use that in every recipe? I mean, do you just tend to kind of use that instead?
I try and use this because it has a lot stronger flavor, but you also have to watch out because if you have a recipe that calls for a lot of cinnamon, you might want to experiment a little bit when you go to this one.
Okay.
Yeah, and also just make sure, like all other things that you do with your spices, store that away from the heat and away from the light because the essential oils break down.
Okay, again, your website.
www.nonamegourmet.com.
Okay.
You may have noticed that I put an ice cream maker out here.
What's with that? Yeah.
Well, I'm doing an ice cream class on August the 1st at Orson Gigi.
Great. Okay, so let's talk about that. I made ice cream yesterday.
Okay.
It wasn't my best.
All right.
Are there some little secrets that you need to know?
Well, that's part of what I'm going to teach in my class. There are some things that you can do where you just mix up the mix, but I'm going to show people how to make a custard and how to make a flavored custard, and there's just a couple of things that you need to do to make it set up right. Also, one of the real keys that I can tell you is the smaller you can get the ice, the finer your ice cream is going to freeze.
I never knew that.
So you need to break that down.
Smaller the ice.
Yeah.
That you're putting around it.
The size of the ice does make a difference.
So you could get those little kind that...
Absolutely.
Oh, those are like the key.
Yeah,
Okay, good.
If you have a friend with an ice maker, you're in fat
Well, you just gave your tip away.
Well, one of them. I'm probably going to do about 2 hours on ice cream. We had a burger class a week ago, and then this weekend and next weekend I have an advanced grilling class, which is the one I did in May. So it's everything.
This is the month to be out grilling.
Soup to nuts. I'm going to be doing everything from steak and chicken to fish, and then we also do some desserts and some vegetables.
Yeah, well, the ice cream certainly sounds like a fun class.
You need to try a muffin.
Let's try one.
Here we go.
Ooh, and they're still warm. This is great.
And these are, you can tell right now they're really moist.
Yeah, you could bake these without the papers, but I just think it's a lot easier with the papers on there.
Oh, those are really good.
Very good. Now, how healthy are these muffins? I mean, there's
very.
Well, it's a trade-off. A muffin always means that you've got a fair amount of fat.
Well, you got the bran and stuff.
The bran and the raisins. Yeah, it's the trade-off between
got the oil
between tasty and a little bit of fat to make it tender. But these are really
delicious. And only 1,200 calories right there.
I didn't do the nutritional analysis on this recipe yet, Ron, but I could.
They're excellent. They taste great.
They do. Okay.
We'll be back right after this.